What's going on, guys? So today we're looking at a new work sharp system. All right, it's very similar to their old one, only there's some upgrades. This is a Precision Adjust Knife Sharpener Elite. So the Elite, first of all, comes with a nice storage case. Thumbs up for that. That was really only my critique about the old system, is that I keep using it, and I have been using it, but I have to keep putting it back in that plastic container. Kind of a pain in the butt. Eventually it's probably going to crack or break or have problems, but I really like this as a storage container. So this is just my first impressions on this. We're going to go ahead and take this stuff out. This comes with 3 separate guides with a little strop, which is awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this brother knife, which I've been loving, which I'll do a video on eventually, and I want to strop it up a little bit, just get a little test thing. Actually, I probably should have cleaned some of this glue off before that. But anyway, we're going to get there. So you can see just on the side, pause your screen, see what it comes with and whatnot. Again, this is very similar to the old one. All right, so we have all of our guide stuff. You can see this one comes, of course, tri-abrasive, so it has a 220, a 320, and a 400. All right, that's rotatable, just like the original. Then we have a fine. So we have 3 here, 600, 800, and ceramic. But then there's a separate leather and ceramic strop. So the ceramic is just a rod on top. You use that for serrations as well. But then the strop is the big deal for this one, because right now that's what I want to do. I don't need to sharpen this. It's fairly sharp, but I want to strop it. The idea behind stropping is you're basically polishing your edge. All right, so you're taking a semi-sharp knife and you're making it nice and sharp again. And it's usually pretty easy, especially with a kit like this. So you can pause there if you want to go ahead and read about that. And look at that, and look at that again, even though I just mentioned it. So here we go. It's got a little sleeve, which I'll probably keep. Why not? It's got good information in there. So we have our carry case storage, all right, little handle, which is nice. This unzippers. Pop that open. We have our instructions on top. Nice little pocket. I was gonna say you could put a bunch of stuff in that pocket, but you kind of need the room. You could probably use about half that space and still close this easily. So go ahead and leave the instructions in there. So we're greeted with this strap. All right, so that unhooks that. And then we have our little guide rods on a panel here, which is very nice. And they're even giving you room for another one. So if you want to purchase something else that they have, or maybe in the future they come out with something new, you could snap another one on there. So you can see our coarse, our fine, and then this one, which we're actually going to be using today. Let's go ahead and pop this out. All right, we'll set that aside. So that goes over there. Let's close our knife too, so we don't accidentally poke ourselves while we're messing around here. All right, so this is our base. See how this packs away nice though? I just like this system. Again, I can't stress enough. I love the old one. Don't like dealing with the plastic container, so this is like a huge deal to me. All right, there's a plastic, insert here, but everything packs away nice and neat. So there's our base. Then we have our little tower with our, of course, angle guide. And then we have our clamp piece. All right. So right now I'm going to go ahead and put this back on top here. Close that. Put that off to the side. Actually put it way over here on the other side. All right, so just like the old system, we go ahead and snap this in. All right, our tower goes to the base. And there's a little arm here so you can pull on that to detach it later when we take it apart. Then we have our little guide, same as the other one. We'll loosen that. Take your little paper out top. Gonna get our knife set up here. In case you haven't seen the other one, you're gonna open up those jaws, put the spine of your blade here, and pick that spot right there, and clamp it down. Okay, so we're gonna tighten this in there. Get that as finger tight as possible. You don't want that wiggling around. Okay, that's good. Then we're gonna put our little adjustable piece up in here. Actually, we're not going to do that yet. We're going to set our angle. So I don't know if you guys saw, again, you can reference the first video. It works just the same. So the angle of your edge is going to be on the left here, and then we have smaller increments on the right. So for example, this is 25 to 30, or let's use this portion here, 25 to 20, right? So if you look at the arrows, how they correspond, if I go back up, this arrow's on 25. If I go down, you look at the right arrow, 24, 23, 22, 21, and then back to the left arrow, 20. So if that makes sense, how these increments work. I'm not sure why these weren't more. I guess they don't have room to write each individual number unless it was super small, but then that could be confusing. So I mean, I understand how it works, pretty simple. So I'm gonna go ahead and put just a 20-degree edge. Industry standard, pretty simple. Not sure what this has offhand, but it's probably gonna be close to that. And in this case, we're just stropping anyway, so I'm not gonna be changing that edge. So let's back this out a little bit. All right, then we're gonna put our guide rod right up in there. It's magnetic. Let me pull that back out so you could feel it as you're putting it in there. It just kind of sucks up. And I do have to point something out, which is kind of funny. When I made my first video on the old system, I was talking about, pushing the back here. I'm like, oh, you don't have to push that out to make it easier to get in and out. Obviously not what it is. It's to rotate. All right, so I'll explain that in a second here. So we're gonna put this into the guide, all right, which sits right there. But in order to rotate, you push this in. In other words, so you don't have to take this out and flip it to the other side. The whole thing does rotate. And I realized that when I was actually making my video on the last one. So you push that in, and then the whole thing rotates and snaps into place. Okay, so you do one side. After you've done a couple on one side, push that back in, rotate it to the other side. So it's really simple, really awesome there. So now, looking at this, we're just going to go ahead and strop it. All right, now we're not sharpening here, so the stropping, and you can see it's a nice leather pad. They already have stropping compound on here as well, right out of the gate. Obviously, it doesn't come with a spare tube or anything, or a spare block. So if you want to continue to use this, you would obviously get a little extra compound. But also on the top here is where that ceramic rod is. And like I said, you can use this for serrations as well, which is nice. So with the stropping, we're only going one direction, all right? It's the opposite as if we had the knife. So if I had the knife and this was my edge, I would drag away from the edge. I'm not trying to cut into the strop, right? So in other words, you want to start high and work low. That's it. We're gonna be stropping down, lifting up, stropping down. Do not go that way. You're gonna cut into your strop. So just like the first one, my only real critique is that you have to be careful not to use too much pressure. All right, so if I push down, you can see it flexes just a little bit. All right, so you don't want to be pushing down, especially stropping. I'm just using very, very light pressure. All right, and of course you can be more precise and count, but I'm just giving a demo here. Put that off to the side or take it out, push that back in, rotate around. Couldn't be easier. You can see the metal is coming off on our strop there. And do the other side. And this is not, very difficult to do. You do have to kind of have an understanding of sharpening a little bit. You do want to read the instructions if you've never used a system before. But this is really straightforward stuff here. I feel like I did 30 or 40 passes on the other one because I was just talking. But let's assume that's done. And that's it. That's all you have to do. Pull that out. Of course, you can take your system apart. You're going to loosen our clamp. All right, they do want you to put this little piece of paper in when you're not using it. So open that back up. Slip your little paper in. And I can tighten that back down on the paper. All right, just keeps, there's like little foam pads or something in there. I guess it just keeps them from getting damaged. All right, well, I was looking for a piece of paper to cut. I don't have any paper. I ran out of paper. I've been doing tax stuff lately, so I've been printing and printing and printing. But anyway, I grabbed a piece of paracord here just to give you guys a quick little test. I can't do a sharpening video and not give you an actual cut test. But yeah, there you go. So cut through some paracord. Should have probably done it before, but anyway, a little reminder to myself that I need to go out and get some paper. But anyway, the point here really was just to show this system. It's just super simple. I really like the old one. This one's just a little nicer. You have those extra rods, the guide rods. You know, of course, the carrying case, it's just cool. But I really, really like the addition of the strop here. So to take it apart, just, you know, exactly the opposite. All right, pull that little tab on the back. You can pop your tower out. Let's go ahead and put our knife away again. All right, take our carrying case. All right, take this back out. So the tower goes in first. See a little cutout there for the knob, in case you kind of forget. Let me go ahead and put this away, our little guide. All right. And our base. I'm going to snap this back in here, just like so. Really simple. And that basically just rests on top here. And we snap it in with our little seat belt. And that should be it. Pretty simple. So there it is. The Precision Adjust Knife Sharpener, but this one is the Elite. So everything the other one was, but even cooler. Now we're back in business with our little brother knife. So yeah, there you go. If you guys were kind of on the fence about it, I would definitely recommend this one. If you have the first one, it's not necessarily you know, necessary to get the upgrade. But if you were thinking about some kind of guided rod system that you have complete control over, this one's really easy to use. It is just super easy to use. It's actually very well built. It's a simple system. I really do like it. I mean, the carrying case is such a big deal to me. It just, you know, again, storage is everything. And the other one, I'm gonna have to get a separate little container once that the original packaging breaks, because it's getting kind of worn out. It's not the end of the world. It's really not that big of a deal. Get a little Tupperware thing, whatever's big enough to fit it. But I just like the idea of this. You know, this will last many, many years. So anyway, that's it. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Let me know if you have any WorkSharp systems, what you think of yours. Again, just been super happy with the other one, but now I have this one. What I'm actually going to do is the other one I'm going to bring to a family member's house. So when I'm up there, I can sharpen their kitchen knives. You know, so, you know, I'm the knife guy in the family. So when I have to go, you know, visit family and friends, it's always, hey, you know, my kitchen knives are getting dull again. No problem. I enjoy doing it. You know, I enjoy helping out family and friends. But it's nice to have different systems for that reason. I can leave that at that location now, because oftentimes I'll forget. I'll come up, they'll be like, oh, did you bring your sharpening stuff? No, I forgot again. So at least they'll be there for when I need it. So anyway, that is it for now. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.